Care ethics, also known as ethics of care, is a normative ethical theory. Remember that normative ethics is the study of behavior. This ethical theory believes that interpersonal relationships, or relationships between people, is the center, most important factor when deciding on moral actions. As you can see, this ethical theory avoids impersonal reasoning that is usually involved with deontologist, utilitarian, or justice ethical theories because it does not focus on the relationships involved. To follow care ethics, you must place importance on relationships and what matters to you, as well as what you would naturally respond to in a situation. Fun fact: this is one of the cluster of normative ethical theories that were developed by feminists. Gilligan is the mother of care ethics and established this philosophy because she found that the other ethical theories of utilitarianism and deontology were too masculine and male-focused perspectives. Feminist philosophers have argued that deontological and utilitarian ethical theories are grounded in masculine experience, hence why care ethics is also known as a feminist approach to ethics. To summarize, care ethics emphasizes on the personal response of all individuals through the importance of relationships. The biggest difference to pay attention to is that while utilitarianism and deontology focus on what is right and are known to also be unemotional, care ethics is known to be completely emotional and purely based on rational thinking through emotions. Decision-making is based on the relationships we have in the situation. Children, you're going to hate me for this, but let's take us back to the trolley problem. Man, you guys are gonna have nightmares of the trolley problem after this. Anyway, this time you are again speeding down that track, blah blah blah, the one track splits into two, and you're headed toward 5 people on one track, and on the other track there's only one person. There is a switch to divert the trolley onto the other track with that one person on it, but wait! On that one track with the one person on it is a family member, or someone you're really close to. Now, this can be your dad, mom, younger sibling, older sibling, or if you don't feel like you're close to them, there's a cat, your cat, or dog, or best friend, someone you have a really close relationship with. Now, they're all tied to the track, so they can't move. So, would you divert the trolley? A care ethicist would not pull the lever or switch, or whatever I said in my previous videos, to divert the trolley onto the other tracks. They would keep going straight because they do not want to kill that one person on the other tracks. This is because, according to care ethics, you have a natural moral compass within you to preserve, protect, and favor those that have a closer relationship to you. Since the family member or someone you have a closer relationship to you has a closer relationship to you than the 5 strangers that you're heading straight towards, you would not divert the trolley. Gilligan is an American psychologist from New York University, born on the 28th of November, 1936. She is best known for her research in the moral development of girls and women. She believes that humans are relationally responsive people. This means that we just naturally respond to the relationships of those around us. She compares this moral thinking to a trampoline. If you and a bunch of friends are on the same trampoline together and you start moving, it will start to affect those around you. She also believes that even though this is known as a feminist philosophy, it actually applies to everyone, both men and women. In her book, In a Different Voice, she explores her experiences teaching philosophy during the time of the Vietnam War. She tried to talk about the war with her students, but the students didn't want to talk about it, especially the men. Gilligan realized that men were so hesitant to talk about it because humans' decisions on the world were not only based on just and unjust, or morally right and morally wrong principles, but people also considered how their actions affected other people, people that they loved and cared for, like their family or those that they have a love relationship with. Men were also scared to speak out about their feelings because at the time, it was believed that only women can do that. No. Women should not only be able to do that. Therefore, an ethical theory was needed for both men and women. So, instead of her book being called In a Woman's Voice, it was called In a Different Voice. Nell Noddings is an American philosopher, feminist, author, and educator born on the 19th of January, 1929. She is best known for her work in philosophy of education, educational theory, and contributions to the ethics of care. She argues that caring is the foundation of morality. She saw the idea of relationships as being ontologically basic to humanity, which means that our identities are defined by the set of relationships individuals have with other humans. Therefore, my identity is defined by the relationships I have with my family, with my friends, and with you guys. You all make me who I am today. Your keywords today are interpersonal, relationships, and emotional. Care ethics looks at the interpersonal relationships humans have with other humans, and that the strongest natural emotional response you have, as long as it's rational, is morally right. Please keep in mind that this ethical theory is known as a feminist ethical theory or a feminist approach to ethics only because it was introduced by feminists. This ethical theory applies to every human because everyone has an emotional connection and relationship to someone. That being said, let's move on to our thought experiment. Lawrence Kohlberg is known as the father of moral development, and to explain his stages of moral development, he used the HEINZ dilemma. A woman was on her deathbed. There was only one drug that the doctors thought might save her. It was only recently discovered. The drug was expensive to make, but the drugstore owner was charging 10 times what the drug cost him to produce. He paid $200 for the equipment and charged $2,000 for only a small dose of the drug. The sick woman's husband, HEINZ, went to everyone he knew to borrow the money, but he could only get together about $1,000, which is only half of what it cost. He told the drugstore owner that his wife is dying and asked him to sell it cheaper or to let him pay later. But the drugstore owner said, "No, I discovered the drug and I'm going to make money from it." So HEINZ got desperate and broke into the man's lab to steal the drug for his wife. Now, there are 3 simple options that you can consider. 1. HEINZ should not steal the drug because it is illegal and disobeys the law. 2. HEINZ should steal the drug but be punished for breaking the law. Or 3. HEINZ should steal the drug and doesn't need to be punished by law. Your questions of the day are, what is your approach to this thought experiment? Do you think HEINZ should steal the drug? Should he be punished? Why or why not? What is a care ethics approach to this thought experiment? What is a deontological approach to this thought experiment? So, using these answers, what is the difference between care ethics and deontological ethics? I want you guys to comment down below your answers to the questions of the day and one fact about care ethics that you have learnt or taken with you today. Hey kiddos, just wanted to remind you that this is the third out of the 4 ethical theories that we are studying this year. Now, I just want to tell you all that I am so proud, so happy to be your philosophy leader for 2021. And I've read most, if not all, your comments. Please keep up the good work. You guys are working so hard. And yeah, we're almost there. So continue on. We got this. Woo!